Quiet, Blaze. Quiet. No, I'm making a video. Shh. Hey, it's me, Tim, the Suburban Dad. Today, I'm going to be talking about proof, bourbon proof, and why it matters. Let's get to it. So when I first started drinking bourbon, I had no idea what proof meant in any sense. And if you're still somewhat new to bourbon, which is great, it's a great thing to be getting into, you probably might be a little clueless like I was. I'll tell you, the moment I realized that there was a big difference in proof was when I was at the store and I thought, well, I'm going to try something new. I saw this bottle of Maker's Cask Strength. Now it had Maker's Mark, it had Maker's 46. Thought those were great. I thought, hey, this is the same Maker's line. It says Cask Strength. All right, I'll get that. It was on sale. Perfect. I took it home, tried to pour, and was coughing and freaking out because I didn't realize it was about 110 proof. Way hotter than what I was used to drinking around the 80s, 90s. So, why does proof matter? Well, a lot of times, the higher proof you go, the more complex and the more flavor there is. It's not a hard and fast rule. It's not a guarantee that it's going to be that way, but that's a good general rule of thumb. Now, I've found my sweet spot for proof. Pretty much anything 110 proof or above is probably going to be something that I enjoy. If it's below 90 proof, it really starts to get sketchy because it just gets watery and thin, and I don't like that. I like a thick, robust, good, complex flavored bourbon. So today I'm going to give you some examples. This is Michter's American Whiskey, unblended whiskey, from part of their basic line. It comes in at 83.4 proof. It's the lowest proof bottle that I have, and it's probably the lowest proof bottle that I've had that I've enjoyed, or at least gotten some enjoyment from. So one thing that I've learned is when you swirl the whiskey in the glass, you can look to see if it forms legs. And if it does, if they're very thin, if they come in quickly, then it's going to be it's most likely a less complex, more thin bottle, which this one does exactly that. It comes in fairly quick and they're fairly thin legs. So let's give this a try. So this one has a decent little bit of flavor, but it is light. It's not very in your face. It's gentle. Now, Balcones True Blue, 100 proof. It's 100 proof. And I love Balcones. It is one of the most underrated lines of whiskey and bourbon and rye. So, and single malt. Get some. So with this one, it's 100 proof. A lot different. Let's twirl it. Now this one still gets some legs fairly quick as well. So it's not super, but they take longer to travel down the side of the glass. So they form kind of quick, but they take a little longer to travel all the way down. So it's going to be a little more robust and complex. So right away, this one feels creamier. You can feel, it just feels like a more full sensation on the tongue, which that's over 16 proof points difference between these two. Still able to drink it very comfortably neat, very tasty. We got Old Ezra 7 over here, 7 years old. It's 117 proof. They do label it as barrel strength. Okay, so it's again about 17 proof points higher than the last one. So this one, it has you can tell that it's got more heat to it. Okay, so you do get more of an alcohol flair, but it still is, it's got way more flavor than this one here. It's got more flavor than this one. It's not the most complex for how high proof it is, but it's getting there and gives you that nice warming sensation in your chest. So it's progressing along very nicely. And on the end here we got Booker's Donahoe's batch. It's 2021-01. So the first batch released this year. I'm a big Booker's fan. Booker's comes in well over 120 proof. This one is somewhat on the lower end at 125.3 proof. And it's very nice to drink neat. So this one, and this is where I give the caveat of man, this one is fantastic. It is the highest proof of any of these on the table, but it is very smooth, it is very rich. Yeah, you get a little bit of that alcohol burn, just a little bit. It's 125 proof. It's gonna happen. No matter how smooth or how well it's crafted, you're gonna get at least a little bit of that. But it's very pleasant, and it's so rich in its flavors. This is why I love high proof bourbons, because it just, there's so much to unlock there. Now, don't feel bad if you are new to this and you go to take a drink of something higher proof and you think, oh my gosh, I just melted, my nose hair's off. I had to ease into it myself. It's not something that you just get into. Find where your comfort level is. Maybe it's around 90 or 95, maybe it's down in the 80s. Nothing wrong with that. But I highly encourage you to explore and expand, challenge your taste buds a little bit. Find that sweet spot, because there is gold at the end of the proof spectrum. So don't be afraid to branch out and explore. Even if it's higher proof, try a little bit neat. And if you're really struggling, add a little bit of ice, add a couple spritzes of water. You'll eventually get to where you can increase your tolerance. I guarantee it. Be sure to stay tuned in for all my future videos by subscribing to the channel. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Proof is important. It can make all the difference in a bourbon. But don't take my word for it. I feel like LeVar Burton. Go try it for yourself. And as always, cheers.